Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for April 6th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link because the signs are different. All right, so we're approaching a new moon tomorrow in Pisces, so it's been a very spiritual time. And so now these new beginnings are about peace in our life, where we can have more peace. Now, of course, peace comes from a process, and it's a very spiritual one, and this has to do with seeing where we might be holding on in our life, where we can let go and go with that divine process. So this is a reminder that there is a plan, there is a divine process larger than our own plan, and how we can surrender to that, right? And this is the ocean of life, that the current, the tides are always going to lead us in the same direction, no matter which direction we swim in, right? So going with the flow is really key, and there can be a tremendous amount of peace in that, but it all comes from really going within the self, because it's a very watery, very psychological, internal process, seeing what in the self might be holding on, which aspect of ourselves might be holding on, or what might we be holding on to in our lives, so that by letting go, we can have more of that peace, more of that intuition, and that guidance along the life journey. So that's going to be the major theme of that new moon. Now today we're still approaching that, the last day of this last lunar cycle. So it's a great day for reflection. You know, a lot of things have been brought to the surface this last month with this eclipse cycle. So there should be plenty to reflect on in this sense. And again, maybe in terms of that deep spiritual self. So things like meditation, prayer, presence can be excellent today. One thing I want to mention also in the sky is that Mercury is making his way into Aries, so the communications and the mind can be quite direct here today going into next week, quite fiery in nature, and quite energized in that sense. Now let's go and look at the aspect chart, because we do have a very important aspect here today, the Sun squaring up to Pluto. All right, this is a very collectively challenging aspect. All right, this is where Pluto, the ego killer, is showing us where we might be holding on, where there might be some challenges with power or power struggles in our life, maybe control, us controlling things, or maybe situations in our external environment reflecting it back to us. And again, those deep psychological attachments, because Pluto is showing us that there might be some old habit patterns, some old destructive behaviors perhaps, that we can change, that we can break away from by being aware of them. So it really makes today an excellent day for self-examination, for diving deep within the self, seeing where that ego might be identified, what that ego might want to attach to or own or possess in life. And being aware of it is really, most of the battle, because once we become aware of it, then it's a matter of accepting it and allowing it to go, because it just goes once that light shines on it. And that's what this is all about, is that true light shining. Because once we break away from those habit patterns, we relinquish those attachments, those aspects of ourselves wanting to control, then the true light shines. And this is the immense power that Pluto shows us, is by eliminating all that garbage, all those layers of attachments within the psyche, we get to the core of ourselves. We get to the core of the spirit of life here with the sun. And this can be a tremendous power of self-expression, tremendous power of self really shining through. And the way we'll probably notice it shining through right now, at least, is with compassion, with acceptance, with understanding, with the sun in Pisces. So that's definitely going to be the dominant energy of the day. And I feel like approaching that new moon, again, perhaps a bit of that reflective energy. Now the sun is trining up to Saturn, so there is that still perhaps productive energy of the day from yesterday. Maybe a bit disciplined, grounded with that self-expression, which could be good. The early part does have the moon conjoining up to Venus, so we might be wanting to maybe relate with others, might be concerned for relationships, enjoying the simple pleasures of life. And then in the evening time, well, for most of us there in the evening, with the sun squaring up to Pluto, the moon will be trining up to Mars. So there could be some confidence coming through at that same time. But again, the most important aspect with all of this is watching that mind-identified aspect of the self that might be wanting to control things, own things, possess things, right? And through that awareness and through that deep psychological analysis, we can allow those energies to be released, to be let go, those blocks to be released, and to break away from those habit patterns. All right, so very deep day, again, can be very transformational, and that true self-expression can really shine once we're no longer attached to it. All right, so that's going to be the aspects of the day, and then again, as the overall backdrop, reflection, new beginnings, shaping up tomorrow in terms of peace in our life, letting go, surrendering, tapping into that intuition through the present moment in life. All right, so I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.